how this will end. No, nothing scares me anymore. If we never see tomorrow, babe, if we never make it through today, if we never see tomorrow, babe, I know that I lived how I wanted to, wanted to. If we never see tomorrow, babe, if we never make it through today, if we never see tomorrow, babe, I know that I lived how I wanted to, wanted to. The lights in here are blinding me. I can't see clearly anymore. I have no fear how this will end. No, nothing scares me anymore. If we never see tomorrow, babe, if we never make it through today, if we never see tomorrow, babe, I know that I lived how I wanted to, wanted to. If we never see tomorrow, babe, if we never make it through today, if we never see tomorrow, babe, I know that I lived how I wanted to, wanted to. I'm far from home, no place to go, but I don't feel cold. I've been so blind, just lost my mind. But all I have lost, I find. Your face reminds me of these games that memories don't erase. I'll never be the same anymore. I'm on the highest top with no control. And you done. I open my eyes, do you remember me? I carried on through all of these years. You've been
Hey, good evening everyone. I hope that everybody is doing very good. I hope that you've been having an excellent week so far, even though it's just Monday. On my side, I'm actually having a pretty good time now. So we're going to be painting that Space Marine tonight. I did some progress in between the streams. Just going to show that to you very quickly. So I did work on the gun. I did non-metallic metal silver on the gun. I worked on the knife. So this is the angle at which the knife is going to be installed on the miniature. So this knife, for now, I say is done. I did some work on the backpack. Backpack is not quite done yet. There's some more work to be done. Last stream we worked on the shoulder pads as well. Shoulder pads I'm calling done for now. This is enough. And the head we haven't touched yet. Gun holster also haven't touched this up to now. So we're going to work on the browns. So the gun holster is going to be brown. The handle is going to be probably NMM silver or something like that. And the belt around the Space Marine body is also going to be brown. I'm going to prep the paint so that we can go on. Going to load some mahogany on my palette, and with that mahogany I'm going to load some tan flesh right beside it. I remind you that when we started that specific project, the challenge was to paint it with a limited number of paints on the palette. So I've got about 12 paint pot that I'm allowed to use, so I don't have a lot of choices when it comes to brown right now on the palette, but we are going to do some brown work. Now the real question is, can I pull it off or can I not pull it off? So I'm going to use tan flesh to work on these browns. And I'm also going to load some bright ivory on the palette in the hope to work all of that in an easier way. So base color for the holster that I'm going with to start is going to be mahogany. Same thing for the belt. Now we do have a couple of new cool things tonight. There's some new emotes that are now available in the stream. So you can do exclamation mark moves. That's now available. And there's a hype emote that is going to be available as well, but it's still in the review process from Twitch at the moment. So, and we have a cool giveaway tonight. There's some MDF bays that are provided by tabletopgamerstore.com that will be given away later in the stream. So I hope that everybody is having a good time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. If music's too loud, if anything's not to your liking, just let me know and I'll do the adjustments that are required. As I said, the challenge on this one is the fact that first I'm using techniques that I don't usually do. Most of the time I'm painting with an airbrush, so all my gradients are done through the airbrush in normal time. But on top of that, I'm also using a limited color palette, which in the end is actually very limiting for painting, because I do need to do a ton of color mixes, which brings some interesting issues. That is going to be at least a couple of layers because my paint is actually really, really thin right now. There's a lot of water on my wet palette. To let that dry for a moment. How's this guy going? That is not quite dry. Since the skin that I'm going to paint on this guy is going to be issued from a similar mix as the mix I'm doing for the leather belt, I'm going to start working on this right away. So I'm mixing some mahogany with some of the flesh tone that I have on my palette right now. That's going to give me a darker skin tone, and that skin tone is going to be what I'm going to be using as a base color for the skin of the model. Mixing this off cam right now. For Pro Acryl skin, the skin tone for Pro Acryl is actually pretty powerful. It's more powerful than what I was expecting. It's the first time I'm actually painting skin with it. So it is really, really strong. So I need a lot more mahogany in the mix than what I had originally mixed in. This is why it's taking some time right now before I'm going back on the model. Alright, so now this is thin enough. Starting with the middle tone here. Obviously this is going to be a couple of coats. Let that dry for a moment. There's a pretty cool scar going down the face of this Mini. It's going to be interesting to paint. Leaving that on the side, cleaning the brush. Going back to mahogany. That dry. Putting on the belt.
We left this town with the speakers loud and the radio playing old Sublime that we stole online, every verse we know. And we hadn't had a clue if we'd make it by noon or even where we'd go. We don't need a map, everywhere is home. We don't need a map, everywhere. The tank said E and we all agree that we're just too
It's looking
broke.
pretty good. I am going to use mahogany in basing the scrolls as well. Purity seals. I'm calling these scrolls. The whole internet keeps fixing what I'm saying, which is pretty fun.
I don't know where I will end up, but I'll find it someday. Keep on searching, engine burning while we're turning it around. But don't get left behind on the road.
interesting. There's a scroll in the backpack as well. We're going to go there, give the backpack some love. We don't need them everywhere is home. A Ford stopped on the street, said where you trying to be. We said we don't really care, we'll know it when we're there. We took on down the road, he flipped on his radio. Santeria started slow, so we knew that we were close. Home is where I can find some peace of mind and make let that dry. Let's revisit the face, cleaning the brush. But I'll find it someday. Keep on searching, engine burning while we're turning it around. But don't get left behind on the road. Don't get left behind on the road. I don't care if I'm going over other parts of the Mini, obviously. This is the first part of the Mini that is getting, first part of the head that's getting paint on, so very much don't care. Let that dry. How's the gun looking? So the gun's looking good. I'm going to start building on the highlights on there. So I'm going to do a mix of mahogany with a little bit of bright ivory, and I'm going to use this to start building the highlights on that thing. Now the paint is really thin at the moment, so we're going to start glazing this on very slowly. It's going to take a couple of coats before the actual color starts showing up, which is the cool thing and sad reality at the same point, at the same moment of using that type of technique. So I'm loading the brush with paint and I'm damping it right beside on a piece of basically absorbent that I have beside it. And the spot that I want lighter, just glazing the color on top of it. Right now I do have quite a lot of paint on my brush. I would normally bring that a little bit less paint in the brush, but that's still good. We're going to work with that, that's fine. Know that I'm not just edge highlighting, I'm actually putting some a little bit around the edge. We're going to work from there. The important thing is that we allow this to dry in between every time we're coming with a new coat on it. So let that dry like this. Put that on the side. I do have a feeling that there's some color that I'm going to miss very big time in building this effect. Because already I feel very feel the miss of my usual color for this very badly. But it's part of the challenge, so still going on with it. It's going to look, whatever it's going to look like, I'm good with. The cool thing with that type of experiment is that it gets you out of your comfort zone, right? By doing stuff that is outside of your comfort zone, we're learning new stuff basically, so this is the whole point of this experiment here. So we learn new stuff. So otherwise I would have painted that thing with an airbrush and it would have been done literally 2 weeks ago. Hey, Paint After Dark, how are you doing, man? Happy to see you here. I hope that you're having an excellent night. I sure am. We're still working on that Space Marine here tonight. Might become a giveaway on Wednesday. Who knows? Hey, Lidway. Nice to see you here. I was starting to question myself, like, where are my regulars? You guys are usually always there pretty quickly when I'm going on. I was afraid. So, Paint After Dark, what are you working on right now? Thank you for that, Lidway. Now, as I was saying moments ago, I'm currently painting, as you know, with a limited set of color because that was a challenge for that specific mini. So right now I'm painting stuff that, like, I'm just not used to paint with the colors that I'm using, which makes for a very, very awkward moment. But that's the whole point of taking that type of challenge, right? Otherwise it sucks. Snuck away from the in-laws. That's cool. So guys, we do have a new emote tonight. So if you do exclamation mark moose, that is now a thing. And there's a special command for tonight, which is exclamation mark drop. Because I will try to finish the miniature on stream tonight. Probably not the base, but the rest of the mini. And exclamation mark drop is there for you guys to provide me with mental support when my energy level are going to go lower. So if you see my energy going down, just do exclamation mark drop to prevent me from losing it and to make sure that I do paint until I drop. Away from the home for the week? Oh, incomplete or kill team. Yeah? Well, you're going to be done with that kill team in no time when you're back. Well, Paint After Dark, I'm glad that you're new to Twitch with my channel. Super happy to see you here. Now the cool thing is, tonight we also have a giveaway. So if you do exclamation mark giveaway, it's going to give you a bit of information about that giveaway. And tonight giveaway actually is provided, there's a sponsor for tonight giveaway. So the giveaway is provided by tabletopgamerstore.com, and we're giving away some MDF bases, 25 and 40 mil base. And this is provided by tabletopgamerstore.com. So drop by their website and their social media if you want to have more look up to what they're doing. Yeah, they are super nice. Honestly, these bays are really nice. And there's another cool thing is I've received some of my swag for more giveaways. So the movement template that you're seeing right now is going to become part of most giveaways that I'm going to be doing. So it was also done by tabletopgamerstore.com. They were very helpful with that. That was very nice. So that's going to be part of many future giveaways. When you guys are going to get them, they're going to be more like this here, except that there's going to be a protective sheet of paper on top of that. And that's cool. And the other cool thing that I received still from them is that they did some custom objective markers for me. So, hey SS how are you doing? So I also have some cool objective marker that you can do the same thing. So this is a piece of paper. Basically this is red acrylic, and you can just paint the objective, and you're removing this, and that comes in set of 6s. So 1 to 6, and yeah, that's going to be part of standard giveaways from now on. And I'm going to roll a new Patreon tier later this week, probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. $20 Patreon tier, where you're subscribing on that tier and you're receiving a gaming package. The first month you're subscribed, you're receiving a small package that I'm going to send out. I'm super good, man. Nice to see you here. So tonight we're working on the Space Marine. Hopefully I'm going to be able to paint until I drop. And we've got the cool giveaway that I was talking about moments ago. The MDF bases from tabletopgamerstore.com. These guys are super nice, by the way. They've been really helpful helping me setting up the swag. And on top of that, as if this was not enough, I do have another cool news. Is that one of my friends actually did one very cool logo that I'm not going to show just yet. But that logo is going to be used for t-shirts. So we're getting t-shirt. Lit the way. We can have a discussion about that. You're not going to automatically get on that one because there's say elevated cost for me to send this out to people. So if you want that, there's going to be something that we're going to be discussing together and getting that out to you. Does that sound like a good deal to you? Because the swag actually costs a lot of money, and shipping the swag costs equally as much money. So that's the issue. And you're getting custom swag. You're getting custom swag for your contribution. So, but I'm open to discussing. So right now I'm glazing in some mahogany to smooth out the transition a little bit, because it is pretty harsh. Well, lit the way, you know what? The thing is, that swag, I got done so that I would be able to do giveaways with it, right? So as you are basically always in here, at some point you're going to win that piece of swag. So don't bother. Just wait a bit. At some point it's going to be your turn and you're going to win it.
You just need to see what's in front of you. Don't listen to their words, do your own thing. Just listen to
So right now, for the people who are coming in who are not aware of what I'm doing, the model that I'm painting right now is part of a challenge that we set for myself, where I'm painting a model using techniques that I'm not used to do. So in this case it was NMM, which I basically never paint NMM. And on top of that, my color palette is extremely limited. I've got a couple of paint pots that I'm basically allowed to use. And the colors that I normally use to paint the stuff that I'm painting right now are not on that color palette. So I'm currently working around with a mix of mahogany and ivory to get the shade that I want so that I'm able to do leather, or what looks as close as possible to leather. And that's a cool challenge because it basically forces me into learning new stuff and pushing a little bit more into mixing my paint and doing stuff like that. So this is why it might seem like I'm doing some strange color decision at the moment. Like earlier I mixed some flesh in with mahogany to work on the skin. That is not normally the stuff that I would do. But right now that's all I have to do that. So it's not like I have a lot of choice. Makes for an interesting challenge. By the way, it's always nice to see you here, man. Always super happy when I come online and I see you guys here. So there's also a hype emote that is in the process of being approved by Twitch. I was hoping that it would have been approved for tonight, but doesn't seem to be the case, so it's not available just now. It's gonna come. Probably on Wednesday, going to have received the approval from Twitch. Tonight's really calm. Wonder where everyone's going. Well, I mean, at the same time, if Twitch fucked up on the notification, that might explain why we only have 5 person right now.
Don't be so distant, don't be so distant, so distant, distant from me. You're so close, and yet so
Okay,
far.
let's go work on the gun holster again. Yeah. Oh well. No big deal. It's going to be small and fun and intimate stream tonight. Which I'm totally cool with. Yeah. Well, the only thing that I dislike about that is that I'm currently looking up for like sponsorship and stuff like that. So when a potential sponsor shows up on your stream and you have like 5 person instead of say 15, it doesn't look good for a potential sponsor, right? Oh well, I'll live with it. No big deal. Oh, Patriot Day. Oh, there's that. Okay. I guess that explains a lot, man. Thank you for lighting me up. That does explain a lot. And by the way, I totally understand your feeling there. But I'm going to be a party pooper there. As Bob Ross used to say, you sometimes need to take a bravery test. And you rarely regret taking these bravery tests when you're doing them. So I highly encourage you in taking that bravery test. Paint After Dark tonight, I'm probably going to be streaming up to 10 or 11, something like that. I'm not working tomorrow, so I'm going to expand the stream a little bit longer. On Mondays, I usually stop between 9 and 10, but tonight I'm probably going to stop around 10 or 11. Yep. And the other thing is you're never going to regret taking a bravery test. Like pushing something, you're never going to regret. You might decide that it was not a good idea, but the worst case is you redo it. And there is no learning if you don't do that bravery test. But oh, believe me, I know the feeling. Like when I did that Imperial Night a couple of weeks back, the moment where I took that sponge to do the weathering on it, it was like, oh my god, the night is decent, and I'm going to use a big sponge to just destroy my previous work. Like that type of thing is never a fun feeling. Like the moment where you're taking that leap is never a good feeling. But afterwards, when you get the good result, you're like, oh, that's cool. And the issue is you're never getting that good result unless you're taking that bravery test. So you need to do it. It's part of the process. Paint After Dark? Yeah, there are a lot of painters who will paint a lot longer than I do. Mocha Mini, I think she's able to paint for like 5 or 6 hours straight with like almost no break in it. Like she's a real, she's a warrior. It's incredible. Yeah, by the way, there's nothing that you do that cannot be fixed. All of it can be fixed somehow. Obviously, the amount of work required to fix it can be extensive, but nothing can't be fixed. Everything somehow can be fixed. Not too bad for a scroll that I don't have a color to paint. Yeah, happy little accident. Light the way. The thing is, the human eye is actually a lot more sensitive than a camera. So when you're taking a photograph of something, there are some details that will not show. And that's where, like, you need, basically, if you're painting with in mind to take a picture, you will typically paint using a lot more contrast. And there are some mistakes that you will do that maybe don't need to be fixed, don't need to be corrected. Because the camera is actually, the camera will forgive a lot of stuff. Obviously there's some, like if you go over a detail that's in the angle of the camera or whatever, that's never going to be fixed, right? But there's a lot that the camera will forgive. Exactly. Push light to more light, and dark needs to be darker. Exactly. And also, that's great for miniatures that you're putting on a table, because basically, very high contrast mini, you're going to be able to see it from farther away on the table, which is always nice. Okay, going back in the gun holder. Do some highlights here. That's too much. It's gonna be better. The minis that you see very well in a gaming table often are minis that have pretty high contrast. So don't be afraid to push that contrast. The plating, skin tone are going to pop more now. Plating worked on. Yeah, I would personally get your skin tone a little bit darker. But like the shade area of the skin tone I would make like darker. The rest, don't touch anything. But the shade area, I think, needs to be a lot darker.
It's Virus Syndicate. Boss fight.
Yo, hey, you don't wanna fight with a boss. Left, right, and I'm writing you off. Spit 16 and frighten you off. I'm done with the hype, you lost. Next wave and I wave next.
That's your song, like the way, eh? The song that's playing right now is the song that you had me add to the playlist, isn't it?
Care if you maze hench. I'm not killer on mic. EMC's on a kill 'em on sight. Kill 'em on dubstep, kill 'em on grime. Kill 'em on quick and still 'em on time. Hey, kill 'em on tracks and kill 'em online.
I don't wanna go, no, I don't wanna try, yeah, I just wanna roll. Get that money in the bank and start now, give me that flow. It's a roadblock thing when we turn up to the show. We keep bringing the madness, ready, set, go. We keep bringing the next wave. We keep bringing the next wave. We keep bringing the next wave, bringing the next wave, bringing the next wave, 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 next wave.
Oh, really?
Bringing the madness, ready, set.
Okay, well, man, that's a cool thing, because I'm going to take a second here because I hate that song. And I'm not sure how this made it on my playlist. I find it's not good. So I'm going to remove this song from my playlist. Alright, song has been removed from playlist. And we're going to skip to the next song. Because I really don't like that one. So basically me asking you if that was your song was me being respectful and allowing the song to be if it was your song. Now that song will not play again on my stream. I don't like it. Yeah. Alright. So gun holder. What am I doing with this guy? I'm going to load some black on the palette. So the thing is I need to do the handle of the gun. It's pretty small. Going to go with some black and mixing in some ivory color. Yeah. Well, pretty much the only thing I have on the playlist is electronic music. Alright, I'm doing the mix off cam here. Putting some nice grays. Multiple tones of grays, because I will need to do a bit of a gradient here. So I'm basically doing like 3 or 4 different shades of gray that is going to be used for the gun handle. Got a very dark one, then middle one, a brighter one, and a very bright one. That's what I'm aiming for. All right, got my paint mix. Yeah, paint after dark. I totally agree with you. I've got the same pattern. When I'm painting, I'm listening to someone paint. Usually the time goes by very, very quickly, and by the time the person that I'm watching paint is done, I've not even noticed that I've been painting for that long. So it is indeed a very cool thing. Okay. Yeah, we've got a couple of cool songs on that playlist. Important to let that stuff dry. While this dries, I'm going to look around, see if there's a lot of purity seals. I think there's a single one. I think it's that one here. So I'm going to do prep work on that purity seal. And let dry. And let's go for the writing on the scrolls. So I'm doing a mix of mahogany and black. And a little bit of skin tone. That's the color I'm going to use for the writing on the scroll. So it makes for kind of a gray color, but it's a gray color that has a whole bunch of tones in it. And I am going to use Monument 00. That's probably my favorite song on the playlist. That song is never leaving that playlist. Now I don't know if this is going to be contrasty enough. Nope, I need more black.
I've never been one to believe in fairy tales as fantasy, but perhaps it's time.
Okay, so I went back to my palette, redid the mix, because the original one was not contrasty enough. But you do have to be careful when you're doing scrolls, because you kind of don't want to do just a pure black. Because if you do pure black, it just looks like a bunch of black line, basically, which often is not great.
It's not enough to fill me up, 'cause now there's one less star in the city.
Okay, not my best scroll.
Now there's one less star in the city. Now there's one less star in the city.
That one is better.
I saw a shooting star last night and thought of you.
Yeah, I love that song so bad.
You're not here.
Is it like Contemplate, a song that you have twice on your playlist, or are you talking about a different song? Okay, so I'm loading Burnt Red on the palette. This is going to be used for highlights or middle tone on the Purity seal. Okay, is that song on Monster Cat?
We had a fight, you always had enough dreams for both of us. I wonder what would come of us if we could trade these ends for beginnings. I'm drinking from an empty cup. The hardest part of young love was growing up. It's not enough to fill me up, 'cause now there's one less star in the city. I can't keep living without you, but I'll wait.
Hey, Platinum Raven, how are you doing? Oh, okay, cool. It's the song you added to my list last week. Cool. Platinum Raven, nice to see you here. And Bizarre 40K, long time no see. So guys, I'm going to take a second to show you our giveaway for tonight. Giveaway is provided by tabletopgamerstore.com, and it's some cool MDF bases. Got 25 and 40 mil bays. This is a single giveaway. We're going to do the giveaway at the end of the stream, basically. And going to take some lovely moment to show some of the cool swag that I've had done. So the guys from tabletopgamerstore.com gave me a hand here. This is a custom movement template for 40K. And basically when it comes, it's like this, except that there's a sheet of paper on top of it. And if you put some paint there, you can get it to have cool effect here, like this. Now in the future giveaways, that's going to be used for future giveaways. And on top of that, I had some custom objective markers done in set of 6, obviously. Now the brown thing that you see here is basically paper that you can peel off. And that's also going to be part of a new Patreon tier on Patreon, which is pretty cool. Thank you, Bizarre, for this. So yeah, the guys from tabletopgamerstore.com were really helpful there. Much appreciated. They gave me a lot of help and support in getting this ready. I do have some dice that are incoming, but dice takes forever to get to you, so. Platinum Raven, how are you doing? Oh, I already asked that. Sorry about that. Painting your Tau start collecting box. How's that going? Painted quite some Tau last year. A buddy of mine was playing Tau. I painted most of his battlesuit guys, I think they're called. Don't remember the name of these things. Okay, how's this looking? I think backpack is ready to go on. Ooh, that is a stressful moment. I'm not going to glue it just now though, because I don't like to play with glue when I'm painting. Let's go back on the gun here. They're based. Oh yeah, wet palette is the way to go. Makes your life just so easier. Like, there's a life before you start using a wet palette, and then there's the rest of your life. You kinda have to use a wet palette. Honestly, I don't understand people who are not using wet palettes. I'm guessing they don't know about wet palettes, because there is just no good reason to not use wet palettes. Hey, Light the Way, thank you for that resub. Much appreciated. Can I get some hype in the stream to Light the Way, please? We also have a new hype command. There's a new output for that command. I was starting to wondering if we would see it tonight. Exclamation mark. Hype. Going to give it myself. There's not enough people tonight in there, so light the way. And I'm also going to give you some beavers for this. Thanks a lot, man. Much appreciated.
You wanna leave it all behind in a world that's turning.
Yeah, there's also an emote coming
Stop me longing for
for hype.
I won't let
It's probably going to be available on the next stream.
I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, I won't be alone. We won't be
Phantom Raven. Color on Stegadon scale. Okay. Looks like an interesting color scheme. Phantom Raven, if you want to share that with us, you can send me an email. The address is exclamation mark email. That will give you my email address.
How could love wear so thin?
We're going to do a quick whip session
I'm sinking
later
in the
tonight.
hollow ground.
It's 8 o'clock,
Nothing can stop
probably
me
around
wanting
8:30 or something like that. Okay, so I'm calling the gun holstered done, putting it on the
I
side.
can feel you when you're not
This is the sword that I've done earlier. Also calling that sword done. Also putting it on the side. Let's do some work on the face. I'm going back to the mix that I was working with previously. His skin tone is not quite there yet at the moment. Needs another layer, at least another layer.
I won't let it die.
Let that dry.
I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, we won't
Have a quick
be
look.
alone.
Make sure everything is right. Okay. Sorry about that.
You said I was the only one.
So, we need to work on the belt here while the face is drying.
Made me feel so special. You said you never let me go. I didn't know how those words would come back to haunt me. Can't hold me hostage, not
I'm going with gradients and black tones here. I do have to wait for this to dry properly though, otherwise it's going to be a mess. Going back one color, Going to do a bit of blending here. To all the new people joining in right now, we do have a giveaway tonight. If you want more detail, you do ! giveaway. Basically, we're giving away some cool MDF bases provided by tabletopgamerstore.com. Platinum Raven, I am not super well versed in 40k lore, so in all honesty, I have no idea what that sept is. I know what sept are, but I have no idea what that one is. Going to have issues with that gradient here. Okay, I'm coming in with some wet black under that mix. One is going to be a little bit long to achieve because I kind of fucked up earlier in it. This is gray. Mixing both together. Okay, I think it's back. Yeah, it's kind of back. Okay, we're back in business here. Going one tone lighter, making sure the brush is almost empty of paint. Let that dry. I'm going to have to come back again on this. It's going to be a 2 or 3 coat thing for that specific color. The question is it dry enough? I'm going to switch brush to Monument. Monument brush are softer, which make this type of thing technically easier to do. Yep. Bring back one tone darker. Mixing right on the belt here. It's causing me issues. Another tone darker. Okay, I think we're going to be back. We're back in business. Going to almost white. Once this is dry, there's going to be a dot of paint right on top. So that dot is right every. Here we go. Same thing under. Here we go. Now I'm going to work a similar build-up The middle part is not quite dry at the moment. This is why it looks funky. Going to work a similar build-up right on the side here.
I'm sorry, baby, gonna have to let you down. I'm sorry, baby, gonna have to let you down.
Going back to middle tone. Oh, mix this a little. Then a much darker tone. All right.
Gonna have to let you down.
Then some bright ivory. Work on the belt here a little bit as well. Not too much, just a bit. Just to get a nicer highlight going. And that kind of makes sense. Alright, let's have a quick look at the face. Here's another run of the skin tone. I think this is going to be the last one though. Okay, that on the side, cleaning that brush. What's left on the main body that I want to paint? Going to do some gray highlights, part of the armor. Thank you, Paint After Dark. There's some ways of cheating to get steadier hands. Like, you will often see me use my pinky finger here. You basically use it as a stand for the rest of my hand, which helps in basically keeping your hand steady. That's a little bit of a cheat, but it works. Okay. Let's have a quick look at the emails to see if I received any. I've got Platinum Raven, work in progress in my emails. Anyone else wants to get on that whip session? Now is going to be the time. Start sending your emails. Okay, let's go back at that face. you have limited tone. Yeah, it's a very good tip. That tip was, I have no credit here. That pinky tip was given to me by Kenny Boucher from Next Level Painting. So I have absolutely no credit here. All right. That skin. Real question is, do I want to glaze this thing? Or do I want to use inks? I feel like it would be safer to use inks, but I would not be pushing myself if I was using inks. So instead, I'm going to be glazing stuff, even if I risk screwing up the model. So I'm doing a mix of mahogany, a lot of it, with a little bit of skin tone. And I'm also going to add some black to that mix. This is happening off cam as I speak. All right, light the way. See you in a second. So a lot more mahogany. The skin, Proacryl skin is surprisingly powerful a color. It is, for a light color, it's really, really strong. Mixing in some black with this. And I need something that's a little bit less dark than that as well. So this here is a tone that I just mixed on my palette. I'm going to get something slightly lighter than that as well, because I'm going to be moving in between both of these. Now mahogany has a lot of red in it. So this is partly why I'm using it here. Because if you look at skin, there's actually a lot of red in skin. So a color like mahogany is a good starting point for a skin tone. Okay. So I mixed something that is darker than what I have on the model, but still a much lighter than the one I just mixed moments ago. Now I'm adding water to this, and we're going to use this as a glaze. All right, light the way. Thank you for sending that. So we'll use this as a glaze. Now, to people who are joining now, I remind everyone that the model I'm painting right now is actually a challenge. What I mean by a challenge here is that when I started working on this model, I decided that I would use techniques that I'm not used to, and that I would use a limited color palette as well, in order to challenge myself in pushing my skills. So this is why I'm not, for example, using an airbrush to get the skin here. Because normally that's what I would have done. But the point is to use techniques that I'm not used with and get better at these. Okay, so I'm going to go at the much darker tone. It seemed that the other one is too close. So much darker tone. Thank you for sending it, light the way. Going to let that dry for a moment. Going to rework the right side of the face. So I'm going to rework the right side of the face because the first glaze that I did there did not come out well. So I'm going to redo the base color. And I'm going to reglaze this, basically. The other side came out okay, but that one is bad. So on this side, build-up is working nicely. But on that side it was garbage. So now I'm stuck waiting for this to dry. So while this dries, we're going to have a look at the whip pictures that you guys sent. Give me a second, I'm going to first have a look at these before I show them on screen. If I have to. Cool. There's some cool stuff tonight. All right. Let's go to screen capture. So, first one that I'm going to show comes from Platinum Raven. It's a Tau model. It's a, am I correct saying this is an XV-88 battlesuit or something like that? I love the highlights on it. Highlights are great. It's precise. Base color are solid. Once this is going to be base, it's going to be a pretty good model. I see that you're using the master to paint your brushes. Okay, so it is an XV-88. Hey Marine 0229, thanks a lot for that follow. Can I get some hype in the stream for our new friend here? So I hope that you're doing very well, Marine. We're currently doing a work in progress session because we've got some paint drying on the model. So if you want to get on the whip session right now, I'm typing a command as I'm speaking. You can also do just !email and send me the picture at the email address that's on there if you are interested in being part of this. So Platinum Raven, I love the color, I love your highlights. The color scheme is great, the missiles are great. Once this is going to be based, it's going to be a mini that you're going to be very happy with on a table. Next is pictures coming from Light the Way. Light the Way is working on a Demon Prince. So red armor, and we're going with a lighter scheme on the skin. Now, as I was saying, Light the Way, I think that you should go back and make the contrast more important on this mini. So go back with your airbrush, put some darker brown and put some definitions in the muscles there. But what I like is that the application of colors on the skin is pretty smooth. So you did a very good job there at making sure that this thing was smooth. I'm going to show another picture here. That's from the side of the mini. So yeah, the application is very smooth. However, you lost a lot of the shadow when you came and apply the lighter color there. You still have some, but this could be stronger than that. And if you were to make this stronger, you would be very happy because it would pop like crazy. And we have the picture from the bottom right here. And this here shows what I'm saying, like the under part is almost as light as the top part. So if you come back and bring some definitions in these muscles, you're going to be very happy with the result. Very, very happy. So paint after dark. Oh, I did receive your email, man. Some orc on deck tonight. So Light the Way, thank you for sharing this with us tonight. Let's look at an orc piece here. Light the Way, keep sending me pictures. As I said, I will provide you with all the feedback that I can provide you as you go. So, got some orc flama. That orc, I'm guessing, is missing a head right now. I love the skin. The shadow on the skins are great. I like what you did with the metal to make it look rusty. The yellow and the red is always a good mix. The letter you did here looks good. I love it. That on the table, everybody is going to say that it looks great. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's going to be a cool model on the table, man. You're going to be happy with it. Alright, let's go back to our thing. So to everyone who sent in work in progress pictures for tonight, thanks a lot for sharing. I always find it's super fun to see the stuff that you guys are working on. It's always, I always love it to see your stuff. And thank you for being part of this. All right. How's our head looking? So this side is dry. Going to reopen the wet palette. Hey, no problem, man. Thank you for sending it. Reloading with the darker tone. Removing a lot of paint from the brush. And glazing in the colors that I want. And I honestly don't know how this is going to turn out. Because this is not usually how I paint skin. This is basically me trying something that I'm not used to do. Basically my own bravery test here. By the way, I think that this is the song that you had asked. And it's much better than the previous rap song. Hey, Oddsmaker! How are you doing? What are you working on tonight? You're working on tomorrow's hangover? Good answer, man. And tomorrow you're going to be working on fixing tonight's hangover? That's good. Well, I'm hoping that your work in progress on that hangover is good. and I am happy to see you here. On my side, I am working on that happy little Space Marine. And backstory of this thing is that I'm painting it with paint techniques that I'm not used to use. So it might be horrible when I'm done. That's the fun of it. I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad. I'm not typically a guy to work glazes on face. I tend to prefer the shortcuts on painting faces and just do a skin tone, do a wash, and come back with highlights. But I am trying to push my skill and learn new skills here. So if I just rinse and repeat what I'm used to do, there's not going to be any learning. Also, it's starting to look defined. A Bob Ross Space Marine. Gosh, man, that would be amazing. I kind of want to do a wig for that Space Marine now. Bob Ross Marine. That would be good. I'm not sure though, because it would be fun, but it would kind of be against the guy's legacy. Like when the guy left the army, he kind of swore to never shout at anyone again. I think he was fed up with the army. So I'm not sure if I would go and do a Bob Ross Space Marine, because I find it kind of goes against the guy. A palette in his bolter? Yeah, that would be fun. Like a Ross Marine would be an interesting thing to do, definitely. But as I said, I'm a big fan of Bob Ross, so I don't know how I would feel about. Hey, Harriman's Rat! Thanks a lot for that raid, man. Much appreciated. Can I get some hype in the stream for Harriman's Rat, please? It's always super appreciated. Can give you some beaver as well. Well, that's good. We're having a slow night tonight. We're having a slow night. How was your stream, man? I'm going to go back to a lighter skin tone because I do want to bring some fix aside here because this is too much of darker tone. Okay, this is better. Competing against Spiky Bits TV for viewers, yeah. Yeah. Also, Monday is a hard day. There's not a lot of people watching Twitch or like, should I say, miniature painting on Monday. Monday is a hard day to stream. But there's part of it is also pretty cool because it gives us the chance to just slowly work on our thing and speak with our regulars who are always there or often there. Like Monday is never my super busy day, but it's always a day where I'm having tons of fun with my regular guys, so Vanguard Primers from Shadow Spear. That must be pretty fun to paint. Now on our side, since you guys just came in, we do have a giveaway tonight. So if you guys want to storm the social network sphere and help bring more people, we've got these bases, MDF bases, 25 and 40 millimeter, that are provided by tabletopgamerstore.com for tonight's giveaway. Going to give that away at the end of the stream. Hey, by the way, you're absolutely right. I'm always having a good time. Like when you guys, like my regulars, are here, like honestly, no matter if there's 5 person on that stream or 30 person, I'm having a good time. So yeah, we've got that giveaway, and also unveiling some of my swag that is going to be part of future giveaways. I've got some measuring template that I had done in collaboration with tabletopgamerstore.com. Some branded swag, which is pretty cool. And I also have some objective marker. So the brown thing here basically is a sheet of paper that you can pull and it becomes red like this under it. If you want the thing to appear white before you pull it, you just put some white paint on there and that fixes the issue. I'm going to have a sip of water here. Alright, let's continue working on that face. I'm going to continue pushing the darker areas.
Before school's gotta get worse, and sometimes it's gonna hurt. If you're ever gonna get that bad, then you better plan your attack.
He's got some gigantic scar in his face. Alright, I'm going to start working back on lighter color here and see where it goes. So I'm going to glaze these in. Point is to get as smooth as possible. It's going to be quite a process here. It's not going to just happen. Hey Luxpew, thank you for your visit. How are you doing? The mini cam that I'm using is a Logitech 922. Yeah, I think it's a 922. It's a good one for this because you've got kind of a lot of control over what you're showing. Like you can control the exposure, you can control focus, you can control a whole bunch of things, which is obviously required for miniature painting on stream.
I could be your everything. Tell me what you want. 2 drinks and I'm feeling it. Show me who you are. Aces on the table.
Yeah, 920 and 922 I think are pretty much the most used cams for miniature painting. The thing is, it's a really cheap cam. Like, you can get a 922 for like 50 bucks or so. So it's really cheap. And like, it has a proven track record basically. So it's a safe bet, like you know that it's going to work. Which is great. I'm going to let that dry for a moment. So this is the Mini that the head we're painting is going to be sitting on. We've been painting this for 2 weeks now. I think I'm going to be able to maybe not finish it tonight, but I'm going to be able to bring it to a state where it's almost complete. Like for sure the base is not going to be done tonight, and it's going to be sitting on a Helric Hobbies base. That'll be a cool Mini once it's done. Alright. So I'm going to mix a lighter skin tone here. So to mix that, what I did is I used the previous skin tone that we were using, and I mixed in some tan flesh in it. And I'm also going to switch brush because this brush is dying. And the funny thing is, I've been saying that the brush is dying for like ever. But it still goes. Oh, I'm going to switch. This is the next best thing I've got right now for this. So, Army Painter standard hobby brush. I haven't used that one for like forever, so I don't know how well it's going to be or not. So, oh, it's a triangle handle. Makes things really strange. I haven't painted with a triangle brush in a long time. Hey, Mystic Drooper, thanks a lot for that follow. How are you doing, man? Okay, I hate that brush. I'm pretty good. Oddsmaker, you're right, it's C922X. So, I did like 3 brush stroke with this thing, and I don't want to use it. So, going back to Citadel layer brush, that brush is also dying. I need to get myself, like I've got the Monument brush, like the bigger ones, but they need to be prepped when you get them. I need to basically do that step. I've been a little bit lazy on this lately. Mystic Drooper, I hope that you've been having an excellent week so far. Super happy to see you here. I know a single Mystic Drooper, so you're probably the Mystic Drooper that I think you are. And it's nice to see you here. coming back with a slightly darker tone here. The sculpt is a little bit strange here on the Mini, so I need to fix some things here. Going back to the lighter tone. Sounds good. Light away. Good luck on your bravery test there. Doing a bravery test is always a good thing. So Mystic Drooper, we're currently working on a Space Marine for Warhammer 40k. The head that I'm currently painting is going to sit on top of this model here. And we're having a giveaway tonight that is provided by tabletopgamerstore.com. Basically are some MDF bases to put models on. It's going to be given away towards the end of the stream. Too much paint on my brush. Going back to the previous color. Fix this here. Let that be dry. Damping my brush on the side so I don't have the same issue as I had moments ago. That's better.
Was it easier for you to cut me out? Bury my body in the ground and just leave. And just leave like you do.
Face is coming along. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty good. Now, this specific project is a little bit special in the sense that I basically gave myself a challenge where I'm painting using techniques that I'm not used to do with a limited set of color. So I basically have about 12 pots of paint in front of me, and those colors are the only colors that I'm allowed to use. I'm not allowed to use any other color, which limits a lot of the possibilities for me. And I'm also using techniques that I'm not used to do. So basically it's a challenge to myself to push myself and learn new stuff, which is always a fun thing to do. But usually I don't do that type of things on stream because I don't like to fuck up on stream. like the face that I'm doing right now, normally I would not be painting it like I'm painting it now. I would have used a middle tone, I would have used some wash on it that would have made all the shadows for me, and then I would have done highlights. So what I would have normally have done is a lot easier to do than what I'm currently doing. But you don't get better if you keep doing the same thing that you're used to, right? So that's kind of the whole point of what I'm doing now. Just pushing myself, learning new techniques, perfecting my use of these more complex techniques. Yeah, if you don't push, you're not going to learn. So I'd rather take some risks in doing something that would look awful and then learn out of it than not take any risk and just constantly rinse and repeat the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to continue pushing on the lighter tone here. Relatively soon, I'm going to switch over to an even lighter color. I'm going to have to switch brush as well. This brush is no longer good enough for what we're doing. So I've switched to #1 Monument, which is a lot more precise. So people who are just coming in now, basically I'm going to repeat myself all night. The marine that we're painting right now is basically a challenge that I did to myself. I would not normally paint this like that. However, I'm trying to push my skill and learn new techniques. So it's a challenge that I kind of set for myself, where I'm painting that model with a limited color palette, and not only with a limited color palette, but with techniques that I'm not used to do, or that I'm less used to do. So in this case, it's a non-metallic metal. I'm not used to do non-metallic metal, so that and limited color palette. Hey, biggest blobfish, how are you doing? Biggest blobfish, what is that? Oh, direct relief charity. Okay, cool. I never saw that that badge on anyone. Can you explain a little bit what that thing is? I'm all in for charity.
It's just like they give me breath and give me life. They take my space, don't give me rest, and leave their trace as they manifest. Let's get lost in the tallest trees, the fallen leaves. Forget the cost days, the tangible and terrible things.
Alright, going to mix a bit of a lighter tone here. I will be starting from the one that we have, and I'll just add some ivory in it. It's going to be bright enough for our highlights. Loading the brush, removing the excess on the towel. Still a lot of paint on that brush. Alright, that's going to be better. Cleaning the brush. That's pretty cool. How old do they live?
Eyes closed tonight, and I'm now beside you.
Hey, biggest blobfish. Thanks a lot for that follow, man. I get some hype in the stream for biggest blobfish. I know a lot of people are painting, so I'm going to give you some beaver. So hype is exclamation mark hype. 130 years, really? Is that for real? 130 years is a long time. I was not even aware that some fish could live that long. Okay, so I'm going to go on the palette, mix a color that is going to be slightly reddish with the skin tone for the scar that this guy has on its face. That's a long time. Paint After Dark, are you not working on tomorrow's hangover? Or is that someone else? I'm bad with name, I don't remember. Someone is actively working on tomorrow's hangover, which I thought is hilarious. This guy has a badass scar going. Sounds good. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring some lighter tone to the cheeks here, because that is a little bit too dark for my like. Just a little bit, not too much, because I kind of want to keep the darker area there. Just don't want it to be that strong. Okay, this is already more natural. Same thing here. That's also more natural. Okay, this is already better. Going to come in with some more diluted paint though. The under cheeks is still slightly too dark for my liking. Okay, this already looks a lot more natural. Let's go do some work on eyes. Coming in with some black paint. I'll go again. I will have to do some touch up on the skin after the eyes. There's some highlights like under the eye that are missing at the moment. And that eye there I'm not going to bother because it's actually not well. I'm going to switch brush. I'm going to a 10-0, which is the finest brush that I have in my arsenal. Going for ivory. Brush is not quite good. There's a particle at the tip that I need removed. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do what I try to do. Not too bad. Do I want to do the other one? Coming back with black. Here we go. Eye is done. Might not be able to see it on the cam. Hey, Warmini Painting, how are you doing? Nice of you to join me. It is indeed pretty late in the UK right now. Have you been watching the news today? Ah, shit. I fucked up. Damn. Okay, that's gonna be a redo. Yeah, very sad. I saw that like a couple of minutes before coming on stream. This is, never had the chance to see it for real. I only saw it in pictures. But, yeah, it is, the world has lost something that was very beautiful. It's a shame.
Say the words, even if it hurts. We've been pretending nothing's wrong for far too long. Say it out loud, like you really mean it now.
So I'm currently fixing my boo-boo on the eye. Hey, Warmini Painting, thanks a lot for that cheer. I get some hype in the stream for Warmini Painting, please. Alright, eyes are not too bad. Hey, Mardel, how are you doing, man? I'm pretty good. How are you? Great to give you some hype myself, man. Everybody seemed to be asleep tonight. That's very strange. Model, I'm doing pretty good. I haven't shipped your model yet, by the way. This is on my schedule for tomorrow. Oh, and you want to know the irony and everything? Is that we actually have another giveaway tonight. There is some MDF bases provided by tabletopgamerstore.com. So it's some 25 and some 40 mil MDF bases. So tonight is going to be the test, man. Like, is Mortal going to win the third giveaway in a row? Honestly, man, last Thursday morning on my social media, like, people were talking about how you won like 2 giveaways in a row, and gosh, man, you're making some jealous. Like, people thought that it was rigged and everything. I was like, no, guys, like, I'm sorry, but Model is just like extremely lucky. It was not rigged. Sounds good, man. So, does that mean that I'm excluding you from that giveaway? Because it'd be hilarious. Because if you win this thing, actually it saves me some money because I can just shove it in the same package as the Imperial Knight.
For too long. Say it out loud, like you really mean it now. 'Cause this is the last time. We're at the crossroads, and I can't let it go. I try to make you stay, but you're already far away.
Alright, so how's this for a face? Obviously he's got some scars. I think I need to do the darker areas here a little bit lighter. Indeed, that head on a pin is kind of creepy, you're right. But it's a lot easier to paint heads if they are on pins like this. But I totally agree with you that it's a little bit creepy. Okay, I'm going to call this skin done here. So, oh yeah, that's gonna, like, let's try to get that at an angle for you guys. That's gonna look good. It's going to work. Okay, so now we need to work on everything else on that mini. So I'm going to start by, thank you model. I'm going to redo the base color on the stuff that needs to be black. It's too small a brush. Thank you for the comments, man. Switching to a bit of a larger brush. By the way, guys, if you know any, if you've got any contacts in stores or manufacturer or stuff like that, that would be on with sponsorship, please let me know, because I am actively looking at building up relationship with sponsors for giveaways. So if you know if anybody would be interested in being partnered for giveaways, let me know, please. Or let them know so that they can get in touch with me one way or another. That's funky. This hairline is like so strange.
find you in a better place. So unexpectedly, 'cause you taught me to grieve, and now I'm missing a part of me. But now you're gone, and here I am. I've got this feeling you'll be there when I land. I'll pack my things and leave my fears under the stratosphere. I'll be in outer space. If you need me, I'll be searching for your pretty face. You'll be my captain and I'll be your first mate. As I'm leaving the Milky Way, I know you're not to blame. Please forgive me, but things just haven't been the same since you were taken without leaving a trace. But I'll find you in a better place. Oh, I'll find you in a better place.
All right. So there's some blue work that need to happen here. I'm going to get dark gray blue on the palette along with sky blue. That's slightly different from the build-up that we did on the rest of the mini. We're going to mix in some black with this. I'm basically following some recommendation that someone gave me. I don't know how good or bad it's going to be, but since it's so small on that mini, it's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't work or if it clashes with the rest of it.
Let the sun go down. We ain't gotta sleep. We're sailing towards
Okay, I got some blue paint everywhere there to clean up before I destroy the mini.
we're sailing towards
Hey Admiral, how are you doing?
we're sailing towards the
So Admiral, we've got another giveaway tonight. There's some MDF bases provided by tabletopgamerstore.com that are being given away. And the package that you're expecting contains stuff like this, which is a branded movement template. Had them done by tabletopgamerstore.com. And some objective markers. So objective markers are custom done like this. They're marked from 1 to 6. That's part of the package that you're expecting. Alright, mixing the base color that I'm going to be using. This is a mix of black and dark gray blue.
let the sun go down.
Yeah, so another giveaway tonight. The guys from Tabletop Gamer Store were kind enough to send me some more stuff with the swag that they did for me. So I see no good reason of keeping this here. Like I could use them, but it was given to me. And they know I have a channel, so decided to give that stuff away on the channel. I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to appreciate that very much. Yeah, the move templates are actually pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to let that blue dry for a moment. Oh, Warmini painting. It should work pretty well with 40K, but I'm super happy because it turns out that all of these distance are also useful for bolt action. You've got a 6-inch, you've got a 6-inch side or a 2-inch side and a 1-inch side. So you should be pretty happy with that on 40K. Hey, light the way. How was your bravery test, man? Yeah, I guess. I think it's like fairly generic. And I like the size of it, like it's not too small. It's pretty big. Like I'm personally expecting to play bolt action with it. Everything that's in there seems to be fit for bolt action, so let that dry for a second. Flame of War and bolt action. Hey, Warmini painting, I kinda envy you, man. You are like in the UK. You're right where everything happens. I'm like I used to play 40K a lot. Then I kinda grew angry against the rule set. And a buddy of mine discovered bolt action and we're hooked. There's kind of no turning around for us. Don't get me wrong, I prefer painting 40K than bolt action, but when it comes to the game itself, I find the bolt action game system to be so much richer than the 40K game system. I will choose bolt action game system every day of the week over 40K. Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of the bolt action minis, but fact is, the game is actually so good, and there are many companies doing miniatures for World War II era. So if you don't like the stuff that Warlord does, nothing prevents you from using stuff from a different provider, and that is a big shift from Games Workshop. Yeah, there are some third-party provider for Games Workshop, but mostly people are using like the Games Workshop provided models. Gosh, I love that song. Oops. Like on the bolt action realm, it is like commonplace for people to use minis from like a whole bunch of different providers. Just as like business as usual for bolt action players. So Admiral, I do have some AOS models. I'm not against the game, it's not a bad game. But honestly, once you've discovered bolt action, Like the thing is, the game itself in Bolt Action, the game system is incredible. There is so many nuances in there, and those nuances don't come from, oh, I'm going to use that stratagem with that specific mini that the rules are broken and going to do something great. Like, the strategy comes from how the game is built, not how people abuse the rules. And that is actually a really cool thing. Also, generally speaking, Bolt Action community is a gentleman's community. People who are part of the community tend to be fans of World War II history, and you very rarely have an encounter with someone who is part of the Bolt Action community that is not a good encounter. Like, I don't think that flipping the table is something that happens very often in Bolt Action. Yeah, Absent 624. First off, nice to see you here. It's been a long time. Like, when I started playing Bolt Action, one of my buddy made me play into it. Like, he was like, oh, he was tired of 40k, and so was I, and he did everything that he could to get me into Bolt Action. And I was, quite frankly, before I tried it, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to play, the game looks nice. And I was like, so be it. Like, I was like, I'm not into historical and whatever, but honestly, I got caught in it. Like, I started playing, and the moment we started playing I was like, holy crap, that game has some extremely rich mechanics, and I got hooked. Like, from there, I got into the historical side of things. I started studying World War II history and everything, and like, when I started playing it, I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to care for the historical aspect of it. And, well, in the end, I got caught. And I care very much about the historical side of it now. But originally, I was not thinking that I would get caught on that much. But yeah, I mean, I'm not against fantasy game. I haven't played in a while. Reality is, I don't have a lot of time to play anymore. Partly because of the stream. Because one thing that a lot of people might not realize is that I'm doing a lot of paint outside of stream to get some progress going on the minis, just so I don't bore you guys to death when you get to the stream, because otherwise we would still be working on the blue armor. Now the irony is that I'm actually working on a blue piece of armor right now, but we would still be working on like the main armor. So like the stream requires like for every hours of on-stream painting that I'm doing, I need to do just as much outside of the stream, basically. So the stream uses a lot of time, and partly for this, I'm barely playing anymore. Vix Craig. No, it's very good. Bolt Action costs just about nothing to start playing. That's a cool thing. But I think part of the low cost also comes from the fact that it's historical gaming. So Bolt Action is like that game where you will see a lot of players building multiple armies that are not going to be like, oh, I'm going to have like an Imperial Guard army and then Space Marine army and then whatever army. Like you see a lot of Bolt Action players going like, oh, I'm going to build an army based around that specific battle that happened on that battlefield in that country where the ground was looking like blah blah blah, and that's going to drive their decision as to how they're going to base their miniature and even like what minis are going to be part of that army. Because as I was saying, there's a lot of Bolt Action players that are just like gentleman gamers, right? So if they're a big fan of a given battle, even though the army they're playing lost the battle, a lot of them will actually build an army around that that scheme, like using units that were in place on that battle with weapons that were there and everything, even though the list is losing. So yeah, a lot of Bolt Action player are going for like all fluff, no buff, basically. And I honestly, I think that's part of what I like. Oh, Odds Maker. I agree with you there, but the reason why I started the stream was so that I would do more painting. So I'm good with playing less if I'm painting more, because my goal is to take part into like painting competition, and for that I actually need to bring my skills up quite a bit. So I'm good with that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Chocolate chip camel. I never done that. Yeah, War Mini painting. So, I am currently building a Canadian list based on the Canadian troops that invaded Italy. That's what I like about Bolt Action. People are all about history, or most of them are about history, not so much winning the game. And that changed the dynamic of the relation between the players. And it's a good thing. At least I find it's a good thing. Okay, I'm kind of improvising here on the hair. And like, there's absolutely no texture on this hair. Like, the hair is basically a round ball. Like, there's no hair, there's no nothing. So I'm stippling gray on this. We're going to be stippling multiple different tones of grays, and I have no idea how good or bad this will look like. But basically I have nothing to work with here. It literally is just like a ball, a gray ball, which makes things really awkward. War Mini painting. I'm looking at gosh, where's that place name? What they call the Italian Stalingrad. I don't remember the name of that city, but there's a battle where Canadian forces were very active during the Italian campaign. Ortona. It's Ortona, man. Ortona is the name of the place where the battle happened. Hey, Admiral, yeah, your chat is working. Like, the cool thing is, the reason why I'm interested in Ortona is because basically the regiment on which my father used to serve when he was in the military was at that battle. So I find it's interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I learned a shit ton of stuff about World War II since I've started playing bolt action. Like, honestly, before I played bolt action, I was like, yeah, I know World War II history pretty decently, but turns out I knew nothing. Like, there is so much stuff that you learn when you get into historical gaming. Like, stuff about your country, stuff about, like, people that fought these battles. Like, it's important that we don't forget these guys. These guys and women's, because women's were actually really active in World War II. It's important that we don't forget them. Like, they fought so that we had the world that we live in today. Okay, Admiral, if you want, I can do that. It's up to you. If you want me to do this, just confirm in the chat, and in that case, that's what I'll do. But it's all up to you. Cause yeah, what you want is a gaming package. It's not a miniature or anything like that. It very much is a gaming package. So just confirm that this is what you want to do, and if that's what you want, well, first, thank you for letting me know, and I'll be giving that away to someone else. So, choose an army based on family member. Yeah, 8 army in Africa against Rommel. Yeah. Yeah. I honestly think that historical wargaming is a very cool way of honoring people that fought in these battles. The command is !drop. Oh well, man. Thank you for letting me know. So is my energy that low right now? Oh gosh. Thank you for letting me know that you're not going to use it, because these giveaways do cost a lot of money in the end. So it's nice. I'd rather you letting me know and not wasting this, basically. All right, so let's have a quick look at the head. A bit of a close-up. Light the Way, are you still around? Highlights are very strong on the guy. I'm relatively happy of what I did with the hair, because there basically is no there's basically no hair on this. It's all flat. So you as a painter have to build something up on there. And this was the first face that I was painting using that type of technique. So it's not perfect, but I say I'm happy with that. Thank you for the good comments, guy. All right, so who feels like doing another work in progress session? Oh, Admiral, you know what? If you want to give that package to someone else, you are absolutely free of doing this. And I know that Lit the Way would be interested in getting it. So I'm going to give you like that chance. If you want me to send it to someone else instead of redoing the giveaway, just let me know whom you want me to send it to. And that's what we're going to do. All right, so please send me emails with your work in progress pictures. So exclamation mark whip. Or, no, you didn't miss the giveaway. It's, actually, just send me the picture to my email address. Yo, exclamation mark email. It's just that Admiral, who won a gaming package with objective marker and the movement template and everything, he's not gaming. He's just painting, so he's not gaming. So it's like, well, that giveaway is not going to be super useful to me. So I'm basically giving him the chance to select someone as a recipient for that price if he wants to. Okay, I'm going to try to break the glue bond here. Yes, sir. It came out super nicely. And you guys are going to see me cheat. So often when I'm painting stuff like that, instead of using glue, I use blue tack. And I glue stuff using blue tack all the time. Okay, I need my tweezers that I keep losing. Oh, damn. I keep losing these tweezers. Like, I use them all the freaking time, and I keep losing them. How strange is this? Because the thing is, like, I don't like using super glue on model that are painted. So when something is going to hold nicely with blue tack, instead of gluing it, I just blue tack the crap out of it. Most of the time it's good enough. So Admiral, do you want to redirect your prize from the other day to someone else on the chat right now, or do you want me to do another draw for this later? Okay, this is going to be good enough. Oh my god, this is going to be looking good. Look at that, guys. That's fucking good.
I don't think you're there, but it's 2 a.m. I'm awake instead. I'm alone tonight. Yeah, I'm alone tonight. Do you still see
Thanks a lot,
me
Warmini
around
Painting.
there? But I went for you at our first date fair. I'm alone tonight.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm alone tonight. I know some
Mr.
days
Grouper,
we
thanks a
all
lot for
cry.
that comment.
We break down, yeah, we lose our minds, let it go.
Yeah, that's gonna be some nice shit.
To let it go sometimes.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I love the blue as well.
We break down,
I did receive quite some critics about how I did the blue, but I think it's decent.
I know some days we all cry. We break down, yeah, we lose our
So, like the mini that I'm painting right now might become a giveaway on Wednesday, but it's not entirely sure at the moment. It might become a giveaway. All right, Admiral, thanks a lot for that. Can I get some hype in the stream for Admiral Radus and some beavers and mooses and absolutely everything that we've got in bank? Because I might actually finish it tonight. The gesture that Admiral just did is pretty good. Like Admiral, when he became aware that he would not use the stuff that I was giving away, he decided. Oh, so exclamation mark moose, exclamation mark beaver, exclamation mark hype, and exclamation mark jeez. Nice to see you here, Dordoise, by the way. So yeah, Admiral decided to instead keep a giveaway that he's not going to be using to basically transmit it to Light the Way. So Light the Way, you're going to be receiving that package. And Dordoise, nice to see you. I hope that you're doing well. And tonight we are working in a happy little Space Marine. And what are you working on?
in time, it all works out. It's nothing to cry about.
It's gonna be a good looking model.
We always have our doubts.
And we are about to do a work in progress session.
Let's just trust life.
So if you guys want to be part of it, exclamation mark email is going to give you my email address at which you can send your work in progress picture. Warmini Painting, I'd be very curious to see your thing. If you want to see me, send me a picture of something that you've got on your desk, that'd be great.
Let's trust life. Let's just trust life. In time, it all works out. It's nothing to cry about. We always have our doubts.
So lead the way. It's going to be a little while before I can send you the package. Let me explain you why. The thing is, your package will contain a set of objective marker like this. It will also contain one of these templates, and it will have some dice. Like I'm getting custom dice made, and the dice are not yet in. They should be in within the next 2 weeks, so it's coming, but not there yet. But it's getting there. All right, I'm liking this guy. I'm liking it. It's going to look great. So if you guys want to do a whip, start sending me picture, exclamation mark email. I'm getting some picture coming in. Moonstone 18. Oh gosh, that's pretty cool. I still want to see that thing, man. Sounds good, Light the Way. Being patient, honestly, in this case is good for you because the dice that are coming in are really cool. And they're not to the best of my knowledge, they're not the tiny dice. They're a little bit larger. Yeah, so it should be good. So while you guys are sending me pictures, I'm going to look into how I'm going to get the gun on there. Okay, the glue bond came off pretty easily. Oh gosh, I thought that the back of the gun would not be visible, but it is. Oh, I need to do some more work on that gun. I'm not happy here. I'm very much not happy. Also, it's hiding the face. And the face is a bit nicer feature. Okay, I'm going to scrape off some paint here. Reason why I'm scraping off the paint is that the glue will basically stick better on the plastic than it will on the paint. Need to do the same thing here. Warmini painting. If you want to share your Instagram link in the chat right now, please do so. Going to get some glue out. I need a new pot of super glue. Super glue is dying. Going to hold that in place for a moment.
Caught in a net. I'm helpless, but I'm nothing bad. And my mind can't cross this fence.
Going to open your Instagram link
Your love is something I
slowly. Actually, guys, if you guys have your stuff on Instagram, maybe we want to try Instagram tonight. Okay, this is holding. I'm kind of sad right now because the gun is hiding the freaking face. Gun is hiding the face. I'm not happy here. Let's go on with the backpack. Stripping off paint from the model for the glue to stick. I was hoping that I'd be done with that gun, but I need to go back and do some work on it later. Or just call it done like that. I don't know. Just a little bit of super glue here. Going to hold that in place for a moment. It's starting to look like a Space Marine. Okay, so I know I've got some other people that sent in some pictures by email. Can you guys send me your Instagram if you have some Instagrams? Yeah, I think the Marine is coming nicely. Going to try to go for the shoulder pads as well. Shoulder pads are going to be a blue tack thing. I trust blue tack better than I trust super glue. Thank you, man. Oh gosh, it looks great. Going to break off the other shoulder pad.
Forget about the love we made. Forget about the past mistakes. Cause all you ever did was change. And I ain't being with you, but I just cannot.
Damn! Look at that Marine! Isn't that fucking nice? Admiral, we're doing a work in progress. If you want to send me a link to your Instagram. Yeah, we're doing the work in progress right now. Warmini painting, thank you. Actually, it's not done, but the point was for me to do better than the box art. I think it's pretty good. Like it's basically a test model for me at this point. Admiral, can you send me a link that I can click on, please? Okay, so Absent, have you sent me your Instagram link? I think so. Yes, I do have you. I do have Light the Way. Yes, I have it. Moidal, have you sent me a link to your Instagram? Do you have an Instagram? Hey Chibi Man, thanks a lot for that follow. How are you doing? Can we get some hype, beavers, and moos in the stream for our new friend here? Okay, cool, no Insta, so I'm going to get the picture going on the window side. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Okay, so we're about to do that work in progress. Oh, there's some cool stuff in that work in progress, by the way. So I've got a whole bunch of windows open there. Last time we did the, like last Wednesday when we did the whip session, sadly I went over someone by mistake, and that was an honest mistake. So if you sent me something, and if you figured that I'm going over something that you sent me by mistake, just let me know in the chat, please, because like I hate it if like you guys like think I just didn't care to show your stuff, because I'm showing everything that's coming in, except if I'm not able to for whatever reason. Say like sexual content I cannot show. There's some mini that I cannot show on the stream, but other than that I'm trying to show absolutely everything. So I'm going to switch to the screen capture here, and let's look at the stuff that you guys sent me. So, and I don't have all the names displayed, so I think this is Absinthe with the camo pattern that we were talking about. It looks great. Yeah. So Absinthe, you know what? I like that you decided to go on and take the risk of doing something that is that bold. Because that what we're seeing there is actually pretty bold. Yeah, I'm going to try to zoom if I can. Ooh. Yeah, zooming is going to be a little bit hard there. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not sure what I did, but it seems that it worked. Hey, the Gentleman Nerd. Thanks a lot for that follow. We're currently doing a work in progress session where we're showing the paint that people on the stream are doing. So, can I get some hype in the stream for a new friend here? So yeah, Absinthe, as I was saying, I like the fact that you went for the risky thing. Like, there's a less riskier way of painting this, and a way that would have been like everything else. But you went for it, you took the risk, and it came out very nicely. And that's a cool thing. Like, that is something. Those minis are minis that you don't forget. So Absinthe, thanks a lot for sending that one in. Now this is a Warhound Titan. I think it was sent in by Moto. Gentleman Nerd, I hope that you're having a good night. We are having an amazing time right now. So Moto, I like what you did with the purple. I'm going to show your other picture pretty much right now, because that one I think shows the model nicely. And I like what you did that with color shifting paint. Color shifting paint, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like it. It looks good. The eyes, I like what you did with the small gradient in there. The application of the color is really good. So, Mortal, am I right saying that this was painted using an airbrush? Like, is this brushwork or is this brushwork or airbrush? Okay. So very good application of the paint with your airbrush there. All is very, very uniform. You don't have any texture in it, which basically tell that you have a good airbrush control. And that's pretty good. I like it, man. Thank you for sharing this. The gold trim is precise. I want to see this back when you do the top here, because the shield on top is always a cool thing to see. So I want to see the progress on that pic. Model, you should start an Instagram. Yeah, I will be showing the Instagram, man. I will be showing them. Model, you should definitely start an Instagram, because I would love to see your progress day after day on this. Oh, amazing. At the same time we're doing that whip and having that amazing moment, one of my favorite songs is actually playing. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for sharing this, Model. Oh, I do have a link from Admiral here. Going to bring that over. So this is Admiral Radus Instagram. Admiral has been working on some cool terrain piece and objective marker, I guess, or stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So Admiral nickname on Instagram is Arc Warlock. And by the way, guys, I'm trying to follow each and every one of you on Instagram when I do have your nickname on there. I love it. I love it. Good work on this, man. Something more here. Fantasy models. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Up to Nick. Nick is Light the Way. Oh, but the bravery test is not quite there. Okay, give me a second. I'm getting the bravery test picture. I want to see the bravery test. Okay, so this here is how the model was, and tonight Nick, or Light the Way, redid some work on this model based on comments that we gave him on the previous work in progress, and he went back to darken some areas on that model. And yeah, I find that works pretty nicely, man. Yeah, that works. Good job. Good job. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share for a second because there's something that I haven't validated. So I'm going to switch to this view here that you guys are not used to see very much. I'm just going to make sure that I'm not about to show anything that I cannot show. Okay, seems like we're good. Going to go back in the screen sharing. So this here is Warmini Painting. Warmini Painting is a full-time commissioned painter. I love your stuff, man. I love what you do with the base. Your stuff is very precise. I love the work on this shield here. Am I following you? Probably. No, oh, you are following me and I'm not following you. Well, I am now following you, good sir. Wow, Spiky Bits is raiding. Hey guys, thank you for that raid. And Spiky Bit, I am wearing the best t-shirt in the world. Give me just a second, I'll go back to my ugly face. I am wearing the best t-shirt in the world, the new Longwear t-shirts. And going to have a quick look at what we're working on tonight, guys. So this is our current work in progress. And thanks a lot for that that raid, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, the best t-shirt ever, man. Best t-shirt ever. So this is what we are working on tonight. I thought that the back of the gun... Hey, Skylar Grimmer, thanks a lot for that follow. I thought that the back of the gun would not be visible, but I got bitten there, so I haven't painted the back of the gun because I did sub-assembly. Trajan 811, thanks for that follow. Can I get a lot of hype, mooses, beaver, cheese, and all of these good things for all of these nice people who just came in? And as a big thank you to SpikyBit TV. Statistics, thanks a lot for that follow, much appreciated. Like receiving rays from you guys is always nice. SpikyBit TV, I actually have some maple syrup emotes that are in the process of coming my way. So yeah, this is what we're working on tonight. And the cool thing is Lux Spew and Jared42, Scale Grimmer, thanks a lot for those follows. Trajan 811, same thing. And the cool thing is we've got a giveaway tonight. So Jared42, thank you for that follow. So we're giving away these bays. So we've got 25mm bays and 40mm bays to give away. They're provided by tabletopgamerstore.com. So they're basically sponsoring this giveaway that will be given away. And in the future, as part of my giveaways, I'll be giving away some cool branded movement template like this with some objective markers and stuff like that. So cool stuff. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. Chivez, thanks a lot for that follow, much appreciated. So we were in the middle of doing a work in progress session. So I'm going to go back at my screen capture here. So this is Warmini painting. Chivez, thank you for that follow. Again, can I get some hype and moose and beaver and all of these cool things for our new friends here? So Warmini Painting is a full-time commission painter. And I love your stuff, man. I love your stuff. Love that model here, it's amazing. Man, people need to know you more. Everybody who's on the stream, if you want to drop by Warmini Painting Instagram, I'm going to post it on the chat here. Warmini Painting needs a lot of love. Give him a follow there. He's doing some cool things. Thank you for sharing this, Warmini Painting. And this here is Burn ratio, that was hard for me to say. And Kletos 3K, thanks a lot for that follow. This here is Absent. Kletos 3K, thank you for that follow. Absent, I must say, I am a big fan of your work on bases like that chibi here. I'm in love with that model. Like, I would have that on my display. Like, I've got a small area that I'm displaying my stuff that I keep, and I love it. I love it. I would have that on my display and be very happy. It's fantastic. So, Absent Instagram is the link that I'm posting in the chat right now. Give her a follow. And this here is Oddsmaker with a cool skeleton. I love the work on the bone here. That's pretty cool. I'd be curious to see a picture from the back. All right. let's go back to our main. Let's go back to our main picture here. Thanks a lot to everyone who went in on that work in progress. If I forgot someone, if you sent me something and I haven't showed it, please let me know so that I can make things right. Because I hate it when you guys send me stuff and I just forget to show your things. I just hate that thing. Okay, so we've got the Mini. Now we need to figure out how we're going to put the gun on it without destroying the paint job. And same thing about the sword. Neozen, thanks a lot for that follow, much appreciated. So, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cut off the sword, if I can find my tools. Doom Gunny, you've got a very funny name. Thank you for that follow. I'm going to cut off the sword here. Same thing for the gun holder. I missed something in the chat here. So there's a lot of people in the chat. If you guys are trying to talk to me, please tag me on the post to make sure that I'm not missing anyone there, please. Okay, so that sword is going right there. Going to basically drill a hole right on the hip of that Mini. This is a bit of a bravery test. Drilling holes in minis that are done is never a fun thing. Actually, I don't like that. Repes Expeed. These are I paint these, but I don't make the minis. I only paint these. Okay, so this is how the sword will look on the model. And I'm thinking about cheating for the sword as well and using blue tack. Because I'm not a fan of using super glues on models that are painted. And I don't play with my models, so I don't have to try to make this sturdy. So, because I've got that luxury, it basically makes my life a lot easier. Yeah, Spiky Bit is legendary, and I much appreciate that type of help. Like, this is literally how my channel is built, is by super kind help by people like Rob and Kenny. Rob and Kenny have been so helpful to me. It's like, you guys can't even begin to imagine how much help they gave me so far. Okay, so I'm driving the blue tack in there. That's still a big piece. I'm going to cut it down up to the point where I feel it's going to hold decently. And I'm just going to push the knife in the hole. And the thing with blue tack is that people don't realize, but when you've got blue tack that has been sitting for a long time. Hey, Warmini Painting, thanks a lot for that cheer, man. Blue tack, when you leave it in place over a long period of time, actually becomes really, really, really strong. It makes for very strong bonds. So that's going to be plenty enough for that piece here. Now we still have the gun though. And the cool thing is, because I use blue tack on the shoulder pad, I'm going to just remove the shoulder pad here. I'm going to validate for the fitting, but then I'm going to remove the shoulder pad because the gun kind of needs to go under the shoulder pad. So I'm going to drill the hole for the gun right around here. And this is yet another bravery test. Because drilling in a Mini that is fully painted is never a cool thing. Hey, gentleman nerd, I'm going to have a look at your stuff a little bit later. I'm going to finish building this Mini here. And we're going to look at your stuff. Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to show it in just a moment, but I'm going to finish this before. Let's see how well this will fit. Yeah, that will fit nicely. Getting some blue tack. Placing the blue tack in the gun. Gentleman nerd, thank you for that comment. It's always appreciated when people like the stuff I'm doing. And I can leave more blue tack here because that part is going to be entirely hidden, so we kind of don't care about leaving too much blue tack or not enough. This is like not a problem, basically. Okay, so guys, this is how our Marine currently looks like. Oh, I didn't took the survey. Now that Marine is not done. We, believe it or not, we still have all the highlights to do on that Marine. There's basically no highlights on the armor right now. This is still very much a work in progress. And we still need to go back on the gun to do gold non-metallic metal on the tip of that gun. Okay, let's put that on the side for a second. Sorry about that. Oh, and that's going to be on a Helric Hobbies base. And I could be convinced to do a giveaway on Wednesday with that model. But for now, it's not up for a giveaway on Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to open Gentleman's Nerd Instagram. Have a quick look at this and make sure that I can show what's on there. Gentleman Nerd, I'm going to give you a follow back at the same time. Oh, you're a streamer. You're a streamer. I did not know about that. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. Share my screen once again. Okay, so this is Gentleman Nerd. Gentleman Nerd is also a streamer, I'm guessing, here on Twitch. Good work on this transition. I love your skin on the top of this guy's head. Oh. Cool touch on that base. Colors, well, it's a commissar, but the application of color is great. It's precise. It looks how it should look, man. Good job. Good job, White Marine. Nice application of the base coat there. Imperial Knight. Oh, Canadian Imperial Knight. Gosh, that's good. Can I get some beaver in the stream for a Canadian Imperial Knight, please? Exclamation mark beaver. Oh, okay. Well, Gentleman Nerd, I'm going to give you a follow. I have a note to give you a follow. Thank you for those beavers, guys. Okay. So, alright, there's some more work to be done on this mini. I'm not going to finish it tonight though. I'm going to do some work off stream. And as I said, I could be convinced in doing a giveaway with that mini on Wednesday. It's going to be mounted on this base here, so it's going to look pretty good. And how about we do the giveaway now? So let me open the stuff that I need to open for my giveaway. Give me a second, this will not be super long. So, what we have as giveaway tonight are these MDF bases provided by tabletopgamer.com. I'm going to adjust the focus here so that you guys can see what these are. Am I going to be able to get decent focus on this thing? Hey, Okamitok, thank you for that follow. Can I get some, let's call it mooses in the stream? Exclamation mark moose for a new friend here. And yeah, I love them. They are good bases. And the other cool thing is that this is the very first time that I'm doing a giveaway that is actually provided by a sponsor. So that specific giveaway is an important moment for me. Okay, so as always, my subscribers are going to have more luck than the rest of the user. Now, since this is a smaller giveaway, instead of doing 5 times more luck, I'm going to do 3 times more luck. And I'm not going to give extra luck to regulars. So my subs have a little bit more luck than the rest of the people, but regulars don't have more luck. So, if you want to be on that giveaway, just go on the chat and give me some hype, give me some moves, just talk on the chat and you will be registered for that giveaway. And at the moment, Model is... Oh, Model now just entered. So make some noise on the stream chat. I'm going to remove my butt from the giveaway. Okay, so out of transparency, because last time a lot of people were tempted to say that this was rigged, I'm going to show you the actual... Hey, Doom Gunny, thanks a lot for that sub, man. That's much appreciated. Can I get some hype in the stream for our new friend who just subscribed here? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen quickly here so that you can see the actual setup. So here is the name of everybody who did some chat in there. This is my bot. I'm going to remove it, but if someone do hype or something like that, it's going to come back. So my bot is not in the role, basically. My subscribers have 3 times more luck, as I was saying. And regulars don't have any more luck than usual. And everybody's here. So I'm going to roll it right now. So Scala Grimmer, who is following since today. Congrats. Can I get some cool hype for Scala Grimmer and some moose and some beavers and G's and all good Canadian things. So Skylar Grimmer, can you send me a whisper, please, with your actual real name and the address where I'm sending that stuff? I'm going to be sending this probably in the next couple of days. So big thank you to tabletopgamerstore.com for this. And you're going to be receiving these bays. But just send me a whisper as soon as you can with your information. I'm going to keep a note for me right now. But as soon as you can, please send me your information. All right, so let's go back at our view here. So this is what we're painting tonight. What time is it? It is 10:32. Okay, so I'm up to continue working on this. How about we do golden NMM on the gun, because the gun needs some love. 333 UK. Yeah. Going to continue just a little bit here. Just a little bit. And we are currently sitting at 287 followers, which is cool, and 35 subscribers. I'll do a deal with you guys. If we can reach 300 followers tonight, and if we can get 3 more subs tonight, that model is going to be given away on Wednesday night. It's going to be sitting on this base here, and I'm willing to give away the model, but you guys have to do a little bit of work here. Alright, Paint After Dark, nice to see you here. Dalwin, thanks a lot for that comment. Alright, so if we can get to 300 followers, I'm currently at 287, so we need 13 more. And 3 more subs. That means is being given away on Wednesday at the end of the stream. So let's work on the gold NMM for that thing. Now I'm going to need to reset my palette because it's full of paint. I'm going to put that to trash and get a new sheet out. Setting up the new palette. This is not going to be super long. So yeah, we're targeting for 300 followers. If you guys want to give me a hand, please share this on your social network. Get people in here so that we can reach that 300. Admiral, thanks a lot for coming by, man. I'll see you on Wednesday. Light Away, thank you. Paint After Dark, thank you for that sub. So we are 2 subs away from reaching the sub level that we need to reach for the giveaway. Can I get some hype for Paint After Dark who just subscribed? And by the way, if you guys have Twitch Prime, you have a free subscription, basically, that is very much valid for the subscription count. Oh, Admiral, sorry, I thought you were leaving. So the base color that I'm using for my NMM Gold is Dryad Bark. All right, Admiral. Thank you for coming by. Much appreciated, man. See you on Wednesday. John Patrick MCP, thanks a lot for that follow. Can we get some hype in the stream for our new friend here? Warmini Painting, I had a blast, man. Thank you for coming by. Much appreciated. We are now 12 follower away from having a giveaway on Wednesday and 2 subs away. So I'm also loading some Pro Acryl Golden Yellow. This is part of the build-up that I'm using for my NMM Gold. So Pro Acryl Yellow, Golden Yellow. And then a little bit of Bright Ivory. Have a good night, Warmy Painting. So, here we go. We'll mix in a little bit of black as well. Gentleman Nerd, thanks a lot for coming by, and have a good night. Okay, so going to mix a little bit of black with that Dryad Bark. And that's going to be used for our base color. This is Games Workshop layer brush. I keep saying that my layer brush is dead, so I should use a different one. I guess I'm a little bit sadistic and I love to hurt myself. Like, this brush has been dead forever. Hey Talvin, thanks a lot. I hope you have a good night, man. See you later. The back of the gun, as I was saying, is not done. We'll need to come back and do some work on this. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Like, the back of the gun, sadly, is not going to look as good as the rest of the Mini. Like, the whole Mini was painted with in mind that the back of the gun would not show, and sadly, it shows. Now, just a quick background information on that model. That model is actually a challenge that I gave myself. So the point of that model was that I would paint it using techniques that I'm not used to work with. In this case, it's non-metallic metal. Like, I very rarely do NMM. And that I would also use it, paint it using a very limited color palette. Like, I've got 12 paint pot, and I was limited to these 12 colors. I was not a little bit more than that, but I don't have the exact count, but basically a very limited numbers of paint pot, and I had to stay within these colors. I was not allowed to use any other colors. So that was also a big challenge. Right now what I'm doing is I'm preparing the mix of paints required for the NMM Gold build-up. So I'm preparing this ahead of time because I don't like mixing all of these colors at the end of it. I'm doing it right now because I want to be sure of the mix. And once I do have my mix that I like, I just go for it. and I paint until I'm happy with the NMM. So I've got multiple puddles of colors on my palette. Obviously it's not going to show nicely, but I'm going from brown to almost pure yellow here. I'm just mixing and mixing and mixing. And the cool thing is that at some point gives some green or something very similar to green, but if you're attentive and if you look at how gold looks like, there's actually a lot of green in gold. Now this one needs a lot more yellow. Alright, this is better. I'm going to wash the brush because I don't want to destroy my brush. And then I'm going to do almost just yellow. Not going to mix the whole thing here. Alright, like this. I'm going to add a little bit of bright ivory to that mix. And this is how we're going to do our build up on the gold NMM. So, switching brush, I'm going to a Monument number 1. And actually I'm going to need a smaller brush than that. Did I screw up here? Yes, a little bit. I'm going to do a dot of black paint right there to fix my boo-boo. And I am going to 00. Monument brush again. That one is a lot less defined than the one they have on their breastplate. It's a little bit harder to paint. It's actually a lot harder to paint. Yeah, I don't like doing that one. Okay. Going to a brighter color now. Talwyn, this is technically supposed to be an ultramarine. But in all honesty, I am unsure if I am going to do the iconography or not. I'm just not. I'm not sure. All right, going to an even brighter color. Now, normally I would be a lot more careful in the build-up here, but because the parts is actually so small, I don't need to be as careful. Oh, the focus is off. Gosh, guys, you should have told me. Give me a second, I'm going to fix that focus. Okay, this is better. So yeah, normally I would be a lot more careful in how the transition happens, but because the chunk that I'm painting is actually so small, you don't need super smooth transition in there to sell the effect. If you're painting something that's really big, then yeah, you need to be like ultra careful. But when you're painting something that small, the effect will work even if your transition are not super smooth. It's more a matter of having the eyes believe what it's seeing than anything else. If the eyes believes it, then no matter how smooth or harsh your transition are, then it works. Going to an even. Hey, a wild Eposcodamus. God damn, this is hard to say. Thanks a lot for that follow. Can I get some hype, exclamation mark, hype in the stream for a new friend here, please? We also have exclamation mark beaver and exclamation mark moose if you're feeling like something a little bit wild. How are you doing, man? Or girl? I don't know.
You can be my savior. I'm here. You see me.
I'm going to give you some hype myself. Chilling with the kids? That's cool. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. It's much appreciated. What are you usually painting?
I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me back. All the voices in my head reminding me of what I have. If I fall tonight, you can bring me back to life. If I fall,
Okay, so I'm coming in with a mix of mostly white and just a little bit of yellow for the final highlight there. That final highlight is actually super important. Hey, 46 and 2. Thanks a lot for that follow. This is much appreciated. How are you doing tonight?
I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me back.
Hanging out after a busy day? Well, that's good. It's the best way of hanging out, man. All right. So, what time is it? It's currently 10:52. I've been at this for 4 hours straight without any break. So, basically, I think this is where I'm going to stop for tonight. I've been painting for 4 hours without stopping for a break. So we did a lot of progress tonight on that guy. He's starting to look pretty good. Not done. There's some mistake on this. I'm going to have to do a lot of work behind the gun because I thought that the back of the gun would not show, but in the end, the back of the gun shows pretty heavily. So I'm a little bit unpleased with that. But yeah, this is where we're going to stop for tonight. So, Mr. Drooper, you're still here. That's pretty cool. So let me have a look at who is currently streaming. Skylar Grimm, thanks a lot for that cheer. Much appreciated. Can I get some hype in the stream, please? For everybody who started following tonight, everybody who cheered, everybody who took a sub. This is much appreciated, and as always, I'm super grateful for everybody who takes part in this project of mine. Basically, that is this stream. I'm going to have a quick look to see exactly who we are going to be raiding. Give me just a second while I'm going to see who's on. And I'm going to give you guys some hype and some beaver because I think you guys deserve it. We've got Gamer Dad, Quest and Chaos. We've got the Honest Wargamer. Let's have a quick look at what Gamer's Dad's doing. Okay, he's working on a cool base. So I'm going to send you guys to Gamer Dad. We're going to raid Gamer Dad. Gamer Dad, and please join that raid. This is how we're supporting each other as streamers. I'm going to pause my playlist here. So thanks a lot to everyone for being with me tonight. That was much appreciated. And I hope to see you guys again on Wednesday. So thanks a lot. I'm launching the raid right now, and we're going to see each other on GamerDad side of the stream. When you get there, if you have access to the Maple Leaf emote, the beaver emote, everything, please make some noise on his stream for me. So thanks a lot, and I'm launching the raid right now.